We have to remove it from there, the equipment. Okay, so if you have equipment at the entrance there that is bothering, then we'll remove that equipment.
Welcome to Fuerteventura!
Okay, welcome to day number 4, penultimate day of competition here in Fuerteventura, and we are ready. We have the riders out there. They are on the course right now. I'm just looking out there myself. It's lighter. It's lighter than we've had the last couple of days, but there's still wind. There's still decent wind, but it is lighter. It's what we're used to seeing usually here in Fuerteventura. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how this kicks off. We should be kicking off at 11:30, which it is now 11:30. So we should be seeing red flag up very soon. We're into elimination 7 for the men. And elimination 7 is a big one because when we finish elimination 7, we get 2 discards. So that is interesting. Red flag is up. We're hearing on the boat, so we are good to go. So we're also going to have the women in action today. Yes, we are. We're going to have the women. They didn't actually get on the water yesterday because the idea was because they were flying through their races, they have a maximum of 15. It was to slow it down a little bit. We weren't expecting the wind to shut down yesterday, so we did 1 elimination for the men. The plan was to do 2 more for the men. I personally think that's too many, but let's say we were meant to be doing 3 and the women were coming in the second 2 eliminations. And as you know, if you tuned into the live stream yesterday, you'll know the wind just shut down. It did actually come back. You know, if you'd have been here on holiday and you didn't need the safety crews that we need for the boats and all that sort of stuff, you would have been able to sail probably all evening. But we have already done lots of races, 6 full eliminations in the men, and I think we're up to 9 in the women. So we are rattling through. Have you seen the results? Do you know who's at the top of the tree? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's 20-year-old Johan So from Denmark who is leading the men's fleet. And that is one big achievement to be leading here in Fuerteventura at 20 years old. You know, we've seen Fuerteventura over the years, the dominant force of Antoine Beau pretty much winning every event we've had here for the last 20 years. He's not here this year, so it's kind of weird not to have him. But that's kind of good news as well, because it means we are changing, we're evolving, the new kids are coming through. And what better way with maybe a 20-year-old winning the event. But it's not over yet. 2 discards kicking in. We do know that Nico Goya is going to make, if he has a good elimination today, that second discard kicks in, he discards the 9th, he could jump right up back into the lead. So it is super close at the top, the podium places. You know, Maciej Rakowski's dropped back a lot yesterday, but Pierre Mortefont, Matteo Iachino, and obviously Amado Vrieswijk are all in the mix for the podium places. Those guys have been very consistent all week, and they'll want to carry that on today. But like I said, with 2 discards coming in, sometimes it can help the guys who haven't been as consistent, but it means they have to do well in this race. You know, it doesn't matter if you do bad in this race, you might have to use your discards. So only 2 discards are good if you do well in this 7th elimination. So that's how it's sitting in the women. Serikita obviously leading by quite a way at the moment. These lighter winds would definitely favour the foil, but she's got such a healthy lead, and the forecast looks good for the end of the day today and tomorrow. Should be very interesting. So here we go. First heat on the water. Rocha, Vorenberg, Kudo, Giroux, Tieme, Sukas, Petifa and Van der Heuvel. That's how we're looking. A lot of these guys we've seen mixing it up between fin and foil. Difficult heats here in Fuerteventura. Straight after this heat, it's straight into quarterfinals. So the level is very, very tough. You know, back in the day, we'd have a few more rounds with few more riders. So let's say you were coming for your first time, you would be battling it out with maybe a lower standard of rider, and you get a bit more confidence. Whereas at the moment, you're straight in with the big boys. It is hard going. I have to say, it's hard going for the young guys coming in, and maybe the newbies, I should say. But we are coming into the start now. Here we go. Looks definitely lighter today. You can see it. And it looks like we haven't got that many riders going over the line at the moment. I think we've got Giroud down this bottom end on the Gastra, or that could be Rusha. There is Rusha. Giroud. I think we've got Simon. No, we haven't. I was about to say we've got Simon Pettifer, but that is Jimmy Tieme on the fin. Of course it is. And Sukas from Greece. John the Greek is out there, pushing on the RRD stuff, and this top four already looks like to me it's going to be a pretty cruisy race, this one. Where's Mr. Pettifer? Come on, son, you're meant to be holding it on for Great Britain right now. Did he go out last night? Did he go to the Carper? It was Saturday night, it was pumping. All the old men were in bed. I definitely was. But there we go. Really nice shot that of the guys come round. Like I say, I'm not going to go too crazy on the commentary. My voice is already starting to crack. So we'll just cruise through this early round. Looks like the Gastra boys, though, are looking comfortable. Giroud and Malta Rusha. Johnny in third place. Tim said he wouldn't be surprised if John was called Yanis in Greek. Maybe. Says John on the... I heard you saying what it says on the sheet. I'm actually only going off what John Sky told me. Nice jibe from John. It's funny when you call people the first names. I don't know. Do you like it calling people first names? I mean, Bjorn Dunkerbeck used to call him Bjorn. Robbie. You know, when you've got that iconic first name, but... I think it's kind of funny. This is going to be a very, like I say, cruisy heat. Let's just get into it slowly. If you are tuning in, is this your first ever race you've watched in slalom? This is not quite how it goes. You might be seeing the shots that you might be used to seeing, but the commentary, the action is being crazy, especially as we get towards the semi-finals, the finals, and especially as that wind picks up. These early rounds, well, quite relaxing. Nice jibe from the boys. Looks like it is fin weather, although Jimmy Tieme is still flying around on the fin in the background. I did actually hear, funnily enough, from Enrico Marotti this morning at breakfast. He said, Ben, I heard you have been saying foiling is not good. Your foiling is rubbish. You've been saying it's all about the fin. I would like to hear in the comments, is that true? Have I been saying that? I'm not quite sure I have been saying that. But maybe they don't get my sarcasm, because I have been saying, for example, we just watched an amazing race in foil. We've seen crashes, we've seen drama. And I go, well, that race was boring. Being a little bit sarcastic. Maybe my sarcasm is not getting through to the foreigners, so I apologise if you aren't getting it, but it was kind of a funny dig, because that has been said before, that foil racing is boring, you know. So I just thought I would throw it out there, see what you guys think, see if you get the sarcasm. So, finish is in. Here we go. Malta Rusha. Cruising. Cruising. Very good. And then we've got John. Then we got Sokas from Greece in second place. And then we've got Giroud from France. Didn't he score in the World Cup, Giroud? I think it's a different Giroud. And then we have got, obviously, Mr. Jimmy Tieme on the fin. Come on the fin. Oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to say that. There we go. Let's have a look at the comments. He says, yes, Ben, keep it going. Geronimo, look out below. He says, hi, Ben. I feel you have been fair to both Finn and Foyle so far. I was thinking I've been pretty fair. I mean, you're always going to cheer for the underdog. That's just normal. If it was like everyone was on a Finn and there was 2 guys or 3 guys on a Foyle, you'd be cheering for the Foyle. It's just how human nature is, isn't it? What we got? Tim says foiling's not boring, but it's different sport. That is the point. I would agree with that. And I think the differences are becoming even more apparent, which is why maybe we'll see changes in the future. Again, things can adapt. That's no one's opposed to adapting things, but you have to set the rules for the year, and you can't shift the goalposts in the middle of the year. You know, all the goalposts have to be moved at the end. Mark Van Oosh says foiling is boring, right, Ben? We got more win, please, Ben. Yeah, it's on order. Don't worry, we got that kicking in. Foiling in these tricky conditions is entertaining. I would agree with that. It's been very entertaining. Mark Van Oosh saying it's a different discipline, though. Yeah, no, but like I said, they had to push. It didn't make sense to dilute everything by splitting it all up, but that's not to say in the future that it wouldn't make sense to dilute it a little bit and have a little bit of change of things. And again, as I said yesterday, you need event organisers that want to do it. The PWA is an organisation that come in to event organisers and put on the show on the water and all the infrastructure behind it. But all the event infrastructure and everything like that is done by an event organiser. So you need those event organisers to want whatever discipline you are offering. So it's all right saying, oh yeah, we do all Finn. You still need an event organizer to want that discipline. There we go. We're going to go into the quarterfinals now. No, we're not. We're going to go into the women's final, full fleet race. Offringer obviously leading at the moment. Mortefon, Lemeteyer, Alabau so close in that battle for the podium. And then Gibson just behind. Gibson needs a good day today. Back from that, we've got a lot of young rippers pushing through. But at the moment, they're not in contention for those podium places, but are in contention for having a bloody good event, and that does make a difference. Wow, there we go. Mortefon with a great start in the middle. Expect Justine Lemeteyer to go well today. These are her wins. We saw her in Lake Garda, a real dominant force when the wind gets light. But Mortefon at the moment flying out the front of the pack. Blanca Alabau is getting rolled Justine Lemeteyer is trying to roll Blanca Alabau as we come into this first mark. Sarah Kita a little bit further behind right now. And we do have a new rider in the mix there on that Severn. Was that the French lady? So, mixing it up already, but Marion Mortefon is on a stormer right now as we come into this first mark. The 2 French girls at the front, followed by Spain, followed by Aruba, and then it looks like maybe Jenna Gibson having a challenge coming with some plenty of speed, but it's Marion Mortefon in first place. Then Justine Lemeteyer. Now, Justine Lemeteyer, keep your eye on her. She's got the speed. I think she's got a little bit more in the tank than a few of the women in these type of conditions, but as I say that, Marion Mortefon has definitely found her gear today, and she is looking very confident here and pulled out already and keeping that gap very secure. Keep your eye on the back though. It looks to me like Jenna Gibson has got some pace. She's in about 4th place at the moment, but she is eating all the time into that lead from the top riders. We've got about 3 jibe marks to go, so this is far from over as Marion Mortefon on the duotone Fanatic combo jibes in first place. Then we've got a great jibe from Justine Lemeteyer. Really nice jibe from her. Then Blanca Alabau. Then it's Jenna Gibson. And Jenna Gibson is definitely found speed as Justine Lemeteyer making a move on Marion Mortefon. Marion Mortefon covering her at the moment, and Justine cannot find a way past. They are floating around at the moment, aren't they? Tagging left, right and centre. Bit of cat and mouse going on. And at the moment, the mouse is leading. So, 2 jibe marks to go. Justine Lemeteyer, still a bit of work to do. Are we going to see tactics? Are we going to see a jibe make the difference? At the moment, the speed looks very, very measured and very similar. So, 2 jibe marks. One coming up now. Marion Mortefon cannot afford a mistake. Justine Lemeteyer breathing down her neck. Great jibe from Mortefon. Great jibe from Lemeteyer. And in the background, Jenna Gibson goes down, but straight away gets back up. She was challenging and pushing hard on Blanca Alabau. We know these two have got a bit of a rivalry going on, and that is advantage Blanca Alabau in this 10th elimination, I think it is now. I should really check that, but it's getting close. Yeah, 10th elimination. There we go. Still a quick bit of major maths, but here we go into the last mark. This is where it could all be won or lost. Marion Mortefon, can she handle the pressure? Switches her feet, flips the rig. It's a great jibe. Justine Lemeteyer now has to find the speed. This is where she has to find the extra bit. Can Marion Mortefon hold on? Justine has been faster in the past, but in this race we haven't seen it yet. Marion Mortefon has still got that lead. It's about 3 or 4 board lengths, and she is holding on right now as Justine Lemeteyer is trying to go underneath Marion Mortefon. Never easy to do in her dirty air. And it looks like Marion Mortefon has got the pace today. She has definitely got set up. She is in the groove. And Justine Lemeteyer is not going to sail past Marion Mortefon. And it will be the French rider, Marion Mortefon, that takes the win in this 10th elimination. She controlled that race from start to finish. Great race from Marion Mortefon there. Justine Lemeteyer pushed it all the way, but in the end has to settle for 2nd place. 3rd place, Blanca Alabau, a really solid race from her, just held off that push from Jenna Gibson, and it just was not enough in the end. She gave under the pressure, Jenna going down on that jibe, and actually it looks like Van der Veen. Oh no! Oh no, she's got Jenna Gibson, I think, has gone down right on the line, and I think Sarah Keita might take this now. It's close. No, she's going to get it. Jenna Gibson does get it. Oh, no. Who was that? Sorry, excuse me. I need to have a quick check because I think that was Davico, was it? Was it on a loft? Sorry, it looked like a Severn. France 203. I think Davico was the rider coming through. I was so used to it being Van der Veen, but then I saw the French number. So I'm pretty sure that was Davico, but please correct me if I am wrong. Okay, we're going to have a look at the replays. I mean, what we saw there was a really solid performance from the front two. Blanca kind of had a race on her own until Jenna Gibson caught her up, and then that race was on behind. But these two at the front, Marion Mortefon, Justine Lemeteyer, they've raced against each other a lot in France, and I was impressed how Marion held the pressure. This was the moment Jenna Gibson just probably needs to back off a bit, but under that pressure just couldn't hold it. Good race from the ladies. Oh, that was that crash right at the end. We've got Lezik saying, if Johan wins the event, would he be the youngest slalom event winner ever? I would say maybe no, because I'm thinking of Dunkerbeck in the early days. But I really stand to be, could be Robbie Nash. But was it slalom back then, or was it racing? On the PWA, if we don't include the PBA or whatever, PWA, which we have now, maybe. Answers on a postcard or in the comments. Here we go. Next quarterfinal, we've got the guy who's in second place in this competition right now, Nico Goya, Sebastian Kernam, Benedetti, Rakowski, Martini, Mattis, Mercer, and Sukas. Oliveria saying, Ben, please, any idea how could Lemeteyer dominate in the Garda but not anything since? Well, I mean, she's second here. I think Marion Mortefon may be more tuned in. It's definitely windier here than in Garda. Whether it looks it or not, it's windier. There's no question. Well, I think there's no question about it. But there was lighter winds in Garda. I think they were using bigger gear. It was the first event of the year. You never know. You know, some of the girls maybe are more tuned up. If you put Marion Mortefan back in that race, then you would go, oh my God, you know, Justine Lemeteyer smashed it. So, yeah, it could be a few things. But I would say maybe in the lighter airs, we might see Justine showing that speed, but I think she showed it in that race 100%. I think Marion Mortefan has maybe just stepped it up a little bit. So, was that Davico? Couldn't quite see under that helmet. Okay, here we go. 30 seconds to go. Second quarter final coming up. Oh, what am I on about? First quarter final. We haven't had one yet. First quarter final. Where have we got? We got Goya in this. Expect him to go well. Rakowski, Martini, Benedetti. There's some big names in this. It's a good start we're hearing. Looks like Rakowski down that, in the middle with a good start. Mercer not with the best start. Looks maybe starboard end bias at the moment. The guys out at the top end have looked good. Goya looking so quick right now. Look at Nico Goya as he comes down this first reach on top of Maciek Rakowski. It looks like they got knocked. Maybe the wind has shifted as they come down. But Nico Goya looking good. Rakowski looking good. Bruno Martini looking good. At the moment, it's Benedetti, I think, in fourth place, just ahead of Kernum. And then we've got the chasing pack. But it looks to me like it's going with the form book. Nico Goya, Maciek Rakowski, Kernum. No, sorry, it is Bruno Martini. And then Kernum on the inside of Benedetti. These two look to be having a race. Soukas as well from Greece, just behind. Benedetti looks like he's got some serious speed on this leg. Keep your eye on the Italian rider. He's coming back at him. He's in obviously a qualifying position, but he's got Kernum to deal with. Out in front though, Nico Goya on the Phantom gear. He's in second place in this competition, but with the second discard, he does have a 5-point advantage on Johan So. But Johan So is already about 5 points ahead, so those two will go very close. It will probably be who beats who in this elimination. Benedetti's got a battle on his hands with Kernum, and the Italian in front, Bruno Martini, might get pulled into that battle. Kernum needs to push super hard. He's obviously not one of the biggest foil racers out there, but he has got the skills around the course to hang it with the big boys. So, out in front, Nico Goya, Maciek Rakowski. Nico Goya's already got a fairly decent lead. And this is the gear he would have registered for the PWA on a normal year. It's a 480 wing, I would guess. Maciek Rakowski, second place. Bruno Martini, then Benedetti, then Kernum. So that battle still going on for fourth place. There we go. That's how it's looking. But as you can see, there we go. Kernum and Benedetti, check that battle for fourth. Hey, and Kernum's just sailed over the top of the Italian rider. Let's keep that shot in, boys. Hopefully we're going to drift off and pick up that race for fourth place, because this is the view we don't want. Just on his own. We want to see the race. Nico Goya has got this wrapped up. Then we've got Rakowski, then we've got Martini, and Benedetti trying to go inside Kernum. Oh, he really pushed it, and he's put Kernum in, and that might allow Soukas to come through. But those two, wow. Wow, we didn't get a very close look at it, but you could see what happened. Wow, wow, wow. Nico Goya is obviously miles ahead, but that battle for fourth place will go to Benedetti. But at one point, Benedetti had to dive on the inside, and Kernum almost, well, he couldn't avoid him. Interesting. Very forceful racing. We like it. So Rikoski finishes in second, Bruno Martini third, obviously Nico Goya winning it, and it will be the Italian Benedetti with an aggressive inside jibe on the last mark to take out Cornum. Cornum was pushing him really hard there, but obviously in the end Cornum ended up in the drink. Did he? Yeah, he's just crossing the line now. What do you think of that? Aggressive racing. You like to see aggressive racing? Let's have a look at the replays. There we go. We could see from the start it was going to be one of those races. The battle for fourth was really on from early stages. Here we go. Look at that. Those two in for fourth place. That's where the real battle was. Calla says dirty play, he says. Whoa, 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 we're hearing comments going off. Okay, we're going to go and have a look at the Marion Mortafon interview. So we're not going to see that last mark by the sounds of it, because we need to quip in with this interview.
Day, do you think it's going to pick up?
Okay, so back up to the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear that interview, but I'm pretty sure she was happy with the race. Okay, so here we go, coming into the start. Quarterfinal number 2. Another more big boys in this. Vrieswijk, Stallman, Mortafon, Maka, Jules, Schoberg, Daldorf and Giroux. Obviously Amado Vrieswijk on that red sail there. Down this bottom end we've got Pierre Mortafon. Just upwind from them on the second duotone sail. Third from us is Schoberg. Then I think we've got Giroux. Jules is on the foil as well in this one. Not usually seeing him on the foil on the S2 Maui sails, but we would expect Amado Vrieswijk to be pushing through in this one. And he is already. Pierre Mortafon looking good. Amado Vrieswijk looking good. Stallman is about 5th place, I think, fighting out with Jules, and it might be Giroux up that top end. So yeah, we're going to have another good fight by the looks of it. It will be Amado Vrieswijk though. Look at that. Look at the power. The big man is driving it down. So, Amado Vrieswijk, Pierre Mortafon. Like I said, pretty sure it's Giroux and Stallman. And we've lost Mattis maybe. Schoberg and Jules just a bit further back. Remember, top 4 qualify for the final. Ah, no one heard the interview. That's probably why I didn't hear it. So, Amado, can he put a challenge together today? Can he end up on the podium at the end of this event? He's got 2 big names, well, he's got 3 big names behind him. Maciej Rakowski, Pierre Mortafon, Matteo Iachino in the overalls. I'll have a look and break down the results as we go through this elimination, because like I said, there will be another discard coming in, and that can really change things if you've got a big second drop. So, Amado Vrieswijk, if this is a sign of how the day is going to go, he's looking good. He's got plenty of Plenty of speed on him here. But we have seen in other races, you might be the fastest guy out there, but you can't have a mistake. We saw it with Nico Goya yesterday. He had it all wrapped up, and then a little costly mistake after the last mark cost him the result. So Amado Vrieswijk looking good. Mortefon solid. And we've got Giroux and Stallman. And Sjoberg is giving it a good go here on the duotone. Could he get himself into the semi-finals? Giroux has made some mistakes. I really think we've got to get our drone man to follow this 4th place, because that's what we want to see. That's where the action is going on in these early rounds, because we know Amado Vrieswijk from this position is not going to go down. So keep your eye on 4th place. And I tell you what, Sjoberg's giving it a go here. He's going to try and get inside. Oh, and he had to push. And that's it. The wheels are off the Sjoberg wagon. So there we go. Amado Vrieswijk. It's difficult, and I won't lie, you know, we've always said it, you've got to follow that battle for 4th and 5th. But we've seen quite a few crashes happen just on the reach. So it's really difficult to go, well, we can't follow the winner, because you could be following 4th and 5th, and then someone at the front just has a mare. So it is difficult. In an ideal world, we would have 2 drones. But we're not allowed to. They won't let us. The drone company has said no. They don't want 2 in the air at the same time, which... it's quite frustrating for us, because we do have another drone. We have Johannes on standby to bring us that action, but okay, we're going to have an interview with this new girl called Marion Mortefon. So let's go and have another chat with her.
Marion Mortefon winning that opening race of the day. How is it out there?
I'm super happy to win the first race. The conditions were good with my 5-4. Foiling. I took a good start and managed to keep that lead, and it was a nice battle with Justine behind me, but yeah, happy to begin like this today.
You've just watched your brother qualify as well. How is it having Pierre here too?
It's nice to see the competition of the men, and especially Pierre, and I was looking if he was good or not with his 5-4, so it helped me to choose my settings.
So do you think it's going to be windier for the next race then?
Normally, yes, it should pick up, but we never know here, apparently.
Well, good luck, and yeah, good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
There we go. She's got Pierre Mortefon, her brother, to maybe tune her up a little bit. And if he did, definitely did a good job, because she was looking fast in that first final for the women today. And just looking at that, Griffin's saying Mortefon, in other words, big Mortefon, male Mortefon, I should say, Pierre Mortefon didn't miss a single winners final. He has been so consistent at this competition, and we know that as well. You know, Matteo Iachino as well. Maybe not have had the single, you know, the wins or the seconds, but they have been blocking in every winners final. They just need to find those very small points. If it was down to consistency, no discards, no doubt they would be right up there, and they still are up there in a chance for the podium. Right, next quarterfinal, Becker, Hooper, we've got Iachino, Van der Berg, Board, Franz, Winter, and Rocha. That's coming up. Speed goggles, that's what we all dream of one day, don't we? Speed goggles. Let's have a look at these results while I'm looking at it. Yeah, I mean, Matteo Iachino has only missed one winners final. Amado Vrieswijk has only missed one winners final, and when he did miss it, he won the runners-up final. You know, the top boys are consistent. Let's not mess around. Maciej Rakowski's actually missed 3 winners finals, which is obviously not good form if you want to get on the podium. He's still in the mix, but you know, the double discard will help, but he needs to put in some first places or some very small results to help him. I'm interested to see how Becker has really come back during this competition. He's up into 7th place at the moment, which he's coming up in this quarterfinal, but he has put a last run of results together as a second, a 5 and a 5, and he's also had another second. So a second discard for Michel Becker. Wow. He, you know, keep your eye on Becker. If he has a good elimination here, he could really go up the rankings. He's going to get rid of another 22.5 points. Wow. Interesting. Imagine if he puts in another second or something in this elimination. Becker's living the dream. Bruno Martini as well is another one who's got a massive discard. 22.5 he can discard. So yeah, this will be very interesting. Maciej Rakowski's going to be up against it in this with the second discard coming in. He's leading the World Tour coming into this competition here in Fuerteventura, and he's going to need to find some good results today. Okay, here we go. Bam! Great start by the looks of it from Tati Frans down this bottom end, but as we know, having the fin on the bottom is never easy with the foils coming through. So Matteo Iachino looking good in this one. We've also got on the other Phantom size Hubert. Where's Becker? We're usually seeing him down the pin end. He's up at the top. We've also got the S2 Maui sails of Van der Berg. He's got a bit of confidence, and he looks to be going well off this start line. Tati Frans has definitely not given up on the fin, holding it on. The underdog, and it is underdog in these conditions. You know, that's why we're cheering. And it's Tati Frans. You've got to cheer for Tati Frans. He's having a go on the inside, though, but Hooper rounding first. Then we've got Matteo Iachino, Van der Berg, Becker now up into 3rd place. Very confident rider, Becker. Like I say, first time he's doing the full tour, and he really is showing he's got what it takes. That's how it looks. Nice shot, actually, that, to see how they're lined up. And there we go, Tati Frans making a play down that bottom end. He's got a very difficult challenge on here, though. He could hope for maybe the guys taking themselves out. He's holding them off, though. You know, less wind today, maybe less chop, lighter winds, but seems to be going pretty good. He's hanging with them. So Hooper, Matteo Iachino, Becker, Van der Berg in 4th place. Then we got Tati Frans. Winter. We've also got Board on the Severn. Looking good from Hooper at the lead at the moment. He was actually leading after the first day, William Hooper. And he's going pretty well here. Tati Frans is still in the mix here, people. It's not out of it just yet. So, Hooper rounding first. 2nd place, Iachino. 3rd place, Becker. 4th place, Van der Berg. And Tati Frans is having a go on the inside. He needs some bad jibing from the foils, and maybe he got a little bit of it there, but there's light winds on the inside for the fin, and he's lost a bit of ground on the way out. Hooper looking good. Battle for 4th is still on. Battle for 4th is not still. It's on, properly on right now. It looks like Van der Berg and maybe Cedric Board. Stay there, boys. Stay there. Hooper, Iachino, Becker. I'm pretty sure it is Board. And Board has come through. Oh, and Board has not come through, and Tati Frans might come through because Van der Berg had to go round. This could be a very good battle here. Come on, let's leave the leaders and let's go to that 4th battle because we're going to see a fin versus foil race. We know Hooper's going to win this. We know Matteo is going to be 2nd, and we know Becker's going to be 3rd, but that race for 4th is right on. We can see it happening in the background. It looks like Van der Berg is leading that race. Tati fans will not give up right till the end, though. We know that. But I think it's got too much to do. Hooper wins it. Yakino. Yeah, Van der Berg is going to get that 4th place. In the end, it's by a few board lengths. But he definitely had a chance there, Tati Franz. Okay, we're going to get interview with Justine on the beach.
Justine Lemeteyer turned 21 yesterday. Were you in the car last night or did you get an early night?
It was really a big night, eating fruits and going to bed at 10. It was it was good. Enjoying today, racing again. I was really hoping we would have some races for my birthday, but the wind decided otherwise. So enjoying today to the fullest.
You were on a 6-meter. Pierre Mortefon was on a 5-4. Does that mess with your equipment choices for the next heat, or are you going to stick with the 6?
I'm going to stick with the 6, and I even think I'm going to put the big board because sometimes the wind is shifting. We have to do a bit of upwind on the race. So I'm going to stick with my 6-0, put a bigger board to have more pressure on the foil, and hoping the wind will not increase like hell on the next one. And trying to do my best.
Good luck for that. Go smash this heat.
Thank you.
There we go. I tell you what, she is, well, she's a star right now. I was about to say a star for the future, but she is starring right now. And she is definitely one to watch. She's got a really good attitude as well. She's always pretty chirpy. I like it. I like it. And she's, like I say, she wants some more pressure. You could see she wasn't happy. Wants a bit more pressure under the board. Maybe that will give her that extra speed we're looking for on a 6-0. Interesting. Next up, heat number 5. Preen, Marotti, So. Oh, Jesus, stackered already. Cousin, Everard, Del Pont, Vonk and Tieme. That is how we are looking right now. Can Vonk get his groove on today? Vonk it out. That's what we're waiting to see. He's not quite found his turbo boots at the moment, Vonk. But maybe today is the day. It's a little bit lighter, so he will be on the foil, and we might see a different Vonk today. Let's wait and see. Where is he in the overalls? Wow, he's in 16th place. Actually kicked off with a 5th, which since then it's not really gone his way. He's up near that top end of the line. Down this bottom end, we've got Nico Preen, followed by his teammate Marotti. Then we've got Johan So, the event leader. Alexandra Cousin up there as well. And then we've got the duotone of Del Pont. Jimmy Tieme on the fin on the duotone. Sorry, we've got Vonk on the, not Del Pont, it's Vonk on that duotone in the middle. There we go. So Enrico Marotti, Nico Preen, Cousin, the Beast. Vonk not in it at the moment as the top 4 come into that first mark. This looks like Geordie in 5th place, trying to pick his line into this mark. So, Enrico Marotti, Preen, Cousin, the Beast, Vonk. Beast is under a bit of pressure here. He's got Vonk right behind him, and we know, okay, Vonk's sitting in 16th place, but we know Vonk has got the skills. So, the Beast leading needs to handle this pressure. And he's got some guys very close in front of him, which will affect where he jibes and how he jibes. Does he stay out of trouble? Does he push? Does he just try and defend that 4th place? These are all questions he'll be trying to work out in his head as we come into this second mark. Enrico Marotti is going to jibe first. Then we've got Preen, Cousin and the Beast. Marotti rounds safely. Preen rounds. Cousin rounds. Johan So, the Beast, in 4th. You've got Geordie Vonk just sitting in 5th place, hoping, praying for a mistake. And we've seen them happen and no less from the man on your picture right now, Enrico Marotti. He really hasn't had his best week of racing. I saw a Facebook post from him last night, and he seems fired up to never give up, to push all the way to the end, and that's what we want to see, and he is definitely pushing right now. So Enrico Marotti leading. Then we've got Preen, Kozan, Johan So, and Vonk has slipped a bit further back, but still not all over. 2 jibes to go. Enrico Marotti psychologically needs to keep it together. Johan So, I mean, he is right there, isn't he? Vonk is right behind him. Any sort of mishap, Vonk will take advantage. He's definitely not catching for speed, so he's going to need a mistake from the top 4 guys. If they all stay clear of each other, I think Vonk won't be going through, but you never know. 1 jibe mark to go. Vonk is definitely praying right now. It is out of his hands. He needs a mistake from one of the top 4. We've seen it happen. So Marotti, Preen, Kozan, Johan So, they all go around pretty safely, don't they? You'll stay miles away from each other, and you would. What's the point in pushing? They don't need to push, as Jimmy Tieme struggles to make that mark. But I think this is going to be a pretty easy one, as Johan So actually moves up into 3rd place. And Kozan will happily settle for 4th place. Doesn't really matter where you finish in this. Yeah, it's going to be a cruise down this finishing straight. Don't do anything crazy, Enrico. Let's keep it together into the semi-finals. Croatia is through. Germany, Denmark and France all through. Unfortunately for Holland and Jordi Vonk, he will have another one where he hasn't made the semi-finals. Okay, we're going to have a quick interview on the beach with our man, Tati Franz.
Yes.
Paddy Franz,
Yes.
Mr. Finn.
Yes.
It's not quite the conditions yet, is it?
No, it isn't. Ben was just telling me before the start it's like 10 to like 40 knots. I'm like, no, please do not tell me this. Then I saw in the front it was like glassy. I'm like, for sure when I start there will be no wind. But then suddenly the wind kind of like appeared. So I had a pretty good start in the at the pin. But then you know with the foilers, it's just like you don't have a chance. But I was like, you know what, just start and go, and then whatever happens. Coming to the last mark, I was like, I saw boat is going down. I was like, yeah, you know, this is my moment. I jive and I saw Bob in front. I'm like, oh man. So I lost to go to the semis in like for just like 1 guy. But I was pushing with my medium board 7.0. So I think it is the best I can do. The wind is not so strong, so there's not much you can push for the fin, you know. So it is what it is.
If you could redesign the tour completely, where would you go and what conditions would you have?
Saying a word there.
I will go back to Pozo, probably Paros. We had like 5 for conditions one day, so I prefer to. I would like to go to Paros again, Pozo, and also 30, you know. But for now, we just do what we do.
Well, I hope for you that the wind picks up and we get some epic fin conditions this afternoon.
There we go, Tati Franz. He's always chirpy. It's not his conditions right now. It's not the Furta we were hoping for. You know, this is light Furta. Even though we've had some pretty strong winds, we haven't seen the crazy winds that you can get here in Fuerteventura. And there is a chance we get them later today. There is a chance we get them tomorrow. What we're talking about is 35 knots plus. So far, I think the most we've had is up to 30, I'd say. Next heat. On the water, Goya, Rakowski, Martini, Benedetti, Vrieswijk, Mortefon, Storman and Daldorf. Not an easy one, this. Like, I don't think any of them are easy, but there's some solid ones here. But this is for the final. Top 4 get through to the final. So 1 minute to go. Anyone want to make some predictions? I mean, if we do get 35 knots, I've heard Nico Goya has got a 3.7 registered. 3.7. I mean, be interesting to see that. That would be proper fin versus foil. You know, so far we have seen the foil dominate. But, and as I say that, talking of 35 knots and 3.7s, the wind has literally shut down. Tati Frans did say it's gone a bit glassy. Yeah, not what we were hoping for. It did say on the forecast to go a bit weird in the middle of today and then to come back strong this afternoon. So maybe that is what we're seeing. If only we had some local knowledge here that could tell me some insights. Oh, hello. What's the insights?
It's going to be windy later.
It's going to be windy later. There you go.
It's going to get strong.
It's going to get strong. It's going to be windy later. There you go. So that is local knowledge for you. You want to stick a mic on while we're waiting? Let's have a little.
Let's see.
Oh, well, we've got two. We've got Tati Frans as well. I was going to get some local weather information. Let's get some weather information. Okay, but before we do that, we're going to catch up with Jordi Vonk on the beach.
Yeah, let's go.
Jordi, it's looking a bit different out there today. What's happening? What are the conditions like?
Yeah, I mean, it tends to be pretty light at high tide. It's, I think, 12:15 now, which is actually the highest tide, which makes the conditions funky. You know, it's what we're used to in Fuerteventura. In high tide, the wind is a little bit up and down, let's say. Towards low tide, it's going to pick up. So we expect from now on it will only pick up. But yeah, I was on 6-4, didn't have wind at the start, so therefore made a bad start. Easy to blame the wind. I should have anticipated on it, but you know, these are things. Now I think a race got cancelled because of this, which is showing it is tricky out there, lighter than we used to have before. But I saw the forecast looks promising for this afternoon.
Okay, so
tide is going to drop, so basically all signs are for a very windy afternoon. So I'm sure it's going to be an epic day.
Epic. Well, good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. Jordi Vonk saying pretty much the same as Tati said at that at the start boat. It was pretty light, and as we can see, the wind has shut down. Okay, I've got my local knowledge. What are we saying?
It's going to get windy. As soon as the tides start dropping, I would say from 1 hour from now, it's going to pick up.
And what are we talking? Are we talking strong?
I would say we'll see definitely gusts around 35.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay, so
later in the evening. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that looks. Did you hear that, Tati?
Yes.
It's for you. I know it. I know it. I know it.
No, that's good news.
It's gonna get for the Finn boys.
Yeah. So you're obviously going to do the freestyle later on.
Yes, it's my first PWA event that I'm joining.
Okay.
So
let me introduce yourself. Give me your age. Give me your background. Give everyone your stats.
I'm Robin van Linden. I'm Dutch, but I was born here in Fuerteventura, and I'm living here for 22 years now. That's how old I am. I started competing in freestyle when I was 16, but I had some heavy injuries, resulting into double surgeries in my knees.
Okay.
So I took a step from competing, and I was judging. Then this year I joined Team Severn in the marketing department, so I'm their marketing assistant. And yeah, they fully encouraged me and supported me to join my first PWA competition.
Cool, man.
And I submitted my university thesis Friday, so that's 2 days, or yesterday. And yeah, next week getting ready to compete.
Well, pretty cool place to live.
It's insane.
I mean, I've obviously seen a few of your videos over the past the last couple of years for sure, and you've got some big moves.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect playground here. During summer, it's from May till August, September. It's just windsurfing every day.
Yeah. Have you got goals for the freestyle?
Yes, have fun and get to know, like, capture media attention from the locals, from the local media, to push the sport here on the island. I know I've stepped away from competition, so it's going to be my first one again, so I don't think it's realistic to put big goals in ranking.
Yeah.
But definitely to catch the local media and push the sport on the island, because it's the most perfect place, and I'm the only local who's windsurfing here my age. So that's for me the definite goal.
No, that sounds good, man. Sounds really good. I mean, it is the perfect playground, isn't it? I mean, it really is.
It's perfect because here in school, you have 3 months summer holiday. It's windy every day. You have everything you need basically. It's just we're missing the connection between finding the people and the centers and getting them together and get people on the water.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to aim for that with
Cool,
this event.
man. And you know, obviously we're down in Sotavento here, but you've also got the north. You know, there's some good wave sailing to be had.
Absolutely. We have everything here. We have the east coast of the island is perfect for freestyling, and especially the south. And in the north, you can go for waves. You can go everywhere. You have port tack, starboard tack, whatever you need. You can find it.
Decent, man. Decent. You lucky boy. I grew up in the West Midlands. Well, there we go. So racing is still on hold. We've got Robin here. Give me some, because we've got freestyle starting in a couple of days. Obviously, it's we've got day 4 here. So day 5 is the last day of slalom, which is tomorrow.
And it's going to be the best one, I tell you.
Yeah,
the fork is
cranking. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
So get excited, people. We might be on hold right now, but this isn't like Europe, Northern Europe, where it changes. But why we're just having a little bit of a chat here while we're on hold, maybe we do check out some of the racing we had yesterday. I think that's going to be a good move. Like I said, we do have freestyle coming up later in the week, and as Robin just said, this afternoon and tomorrow, by local weather, how the patterns are looking, how it looks, it could crank. Could be the windiest we've had this week, could be the windiest of the week.
Yeah, definitely. And for the freestyle, it's looking very good as well the whole week.
Swell.
No, the wind.
Okay.
Well, I've not checked it, but if we get it, it's going to be the best.
Cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let's check out some highlights from yesterday. Day number 3 here in Fuerteventura, and after day number 2, we have got some pretty broken sailors walking around. There's broken gear. Crazy day yesterday, but we are going again today. The sun is out, the wind is blowing. Let's get it. So it is going to be the men's winners finals. Okay, down the bottom end, we've got Matteo Iachino on the red sail. We're used to seeing him there. Nico Preen right down there with Becker, the two Germans fighting it out together. Love to see this. Amado Vrieswijk a bit further up. Then we've got Mortefon in the middle of the pack.
Start.
And that is a perfect start from Mortefon.
Yeah.
Or is it? It is a good start, but look at Nico Goya just a bit further up. And then we've got the beast, Benedetti as well. Not a good start from Matteo Iachino, but it's a great start from Pierre Mortefon right in the middle of the pack, same as Nico Goya, but Amado Vrieswijk is powering through. Amado Vrieswijk is putting on the speed now, and Amado is challenging Pierre Mortefon for that first mark rounding, and they are getting so close right now. Amado Vrieswijk was so on the bumper of Pierre Mortefon, but he's blitzed through. It's going to be Nico Goya and Johan So with Amado Vrieswijk going first, that was so close. The Beast pushed him. The Beast really did push Amado there. Nico Goya getting a moment, and it's bad news for Bonaire fans. Tati Frans is devastated, but it's good news for Denmark because Johan So just proved his nickname is very apt because the Beast just held it all the way through there. Nico Goya once again in the lead. Pierre Mortefon consistent as ever in third place. Then we've got Benedetti. We've got Matteo Iachino, Becker, Preen. They are all in the mix. No one is counted out just yet. This is early days. We've got plenty of wind blowing here in Fuerteventura. So first round, Goya. Then we've got the Beast. Then Mortefon. The drone is up and in amongst it right here. As all the riders look like they've made it safely round. Nico Preen further back. Becker, Matteo Iachino. But then up in the front, Benedetti making a move on Pierre Mortefon. So Benedetti is definitely a new name to watch on the PWA World Tour. He is making a name for himself here in Fuerteventura, but out in the lead it is Nico Goya followed by the Beast. Nico Goya has got a very healthy lead here, but you wouldn't count Johan So making a challenge. He's only 19 years old from Denmark, and he is challenging the top guys in the world right now, sitting in second place in the competition. Nico Goya safely round, the Beast in second safely round, Mortefon, Benedetti, Matteo Iachino. There's a real fight, and Nico Preen has gone down on that outside jibe mark. It's a little touchdown as Becker comes through, but he's back up again now. Amado Vrieswijk trying to fight his way back, but there's only one man out in front right now, and it is the guy on your screen. Nicolas Goya from France.
He's flying, man.
Is absolutely toasting. He's got Johan So right behind him. Any mistakes from Goya, and So will be there. Goya safely round, a little bit of a wobble. The Beast safely round. Then we've got Nico Goya has gone down, and Johan So probably can't take that smile off his face right now. We didn't see it coming, but it happened. Anything can happen in these races. Johan So, the young lad from Denmark, is going to win surely this elimination number 6. What a mistake from Nicolas Goya there.
Relax.
Nicolas Goya makes a mistake. Pierre Mortefon, but look at the fight for third place between the two Italians. Matteo Iachino, Benedetti fighting out for third, and Matteo Iachino is pushing through. Out in front though, it is going to be the Beast to take the 6th elimination. Look at the battle for third. The Beast wins it. 6th elimination. Mortefon, is he going to get second? Benedetti and Matteo Iachino fighting it out for third. Becker is going to go through in about 5th place, and then another fight between Amado Vrieswijk and Hubert was that? Oh no, Goya, sorry. And then Preen follows it up. Wow.
So this
Don't take your eyes off the screen.
But this means that Johan will be first now.
Wow.
He will
Johan
be leading.
So is now leading here in Sotavento.
Yeah.
After elimination number 6.
Right.
What a battle we have got. Okay, we got a Johan So interview. I'm looking forward to this. Let's go down to the beach.
Yeah, it was a good fight, and I was a little bit lucky that Nico fell in just before the finish, but I was always there right behind him ready to go for it. I had a little moment in the first jibe, but I had to close the door, so I'm happy to take the win.
So that is it. Day number 3 is over. 1 elimination sailed as the wind just shut down. But the winner of that elimination was a big one. Johan So, the 19-year-old, is now leading the event here in Fuerteventura ahead of Nico Goya and Amado Vrieswijk in 3rd place. Day 4 is looking windy as. So anything can happen. With one more elimination, a double discard comes in, everything can change, and the women will definitely be in action tomorrow. So stay tuned. Join us on the live stream here at PWAWorldTour.com. So there you go. That is what was getting thrown down yesterday. Only 1 elimination, but some super exciting racing. If you are just joining us, well, we've had 1 women's final. We are racking through the men elimination 7, but we have been halted because the wind has kind of slowed down a little bit. We just heard from local boy Robin that he says he is very confident that this afternoon it's going to crank. So stay tuned. I think we're going to take a little break now, unless I'm told anything else in my ear. But I think we'll take a short break now. And as soon as we get any more wind, any more action, as soon as we're back on the water, we will be straight back to give you the live action.
Un gesto puede despertar tu felicidad, valor incalculable. ¿Y si pudiéramos despertar el alma de las cosas poniendo toda nuestra pasión, todos nuestros sentimientos en ello? Bienvenido al lugar donde todo tiene alma. Meliá Hotels and Resorts. Soul Matters.